to do with the business is.
Like I didn't get to hear what you was saying, what you was telling me though.
Oh no, I said I was hearing I heard a clip where you was talking about I think you was on Mouthpiece panel and y'all
Uh-huh.
was talking about Charlie Kirk and you ain't know who he was.
No, I didn't know who
Right?
the
So
fuck
you
he was for a sec. My bad. Please stop with the
no
nonsense.
you good.
Here we go again, Ray. You
And
just
then
feel
I heard you
uncomfortable
asking
with it.
and I heard you asking questions and then it's like I don't know, bro. It's just I don't know the way people I don't know.
I,
People
I
get
was
too
brought,
emotional sometimes.
I was brought up a little different. I mean, when I look at the videos, my view is a little different from a lot of people, right? But then it's kind of like my view is the same way, from those around me. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right. You see where I'm coming from, especially the way I grew up.
Mm,
It's like a lot of people around me saw somebody debating. You see where I'm coming from, where others was like, well, it seems like he's got racist tendencies, but it's still a debate. You see where I'm like, it's kind of like that's why I'm like, why is social media so hyped up about somebody that they don't even freaking know? But maybe I'm
Well,
tripping.
hey,
Like, I get that,
when I
what you were
when I
saying, but
when if you like I talked about him a couple times. The very first time I talked about him, I'm like, I'm not putting no jacket on him because I only seen a couple clips and that shit could be taken out of context, right? That's
yeah,
my initial response. So I'm like, I ain't gonna call no man no racist. But after watching some of his videos, I'm like, oh no, man. Like you saying some wild shit. Like you saying that Dr. Ben Carson is better for black people than Martin Luther King. And I'm like, do you know
yeah.
what occurred during the civil rights? You
And
saying that
that's why.
when you like I needed to hear that whole clip when he was talking about the pilot.
Mhm. I
And then
started
I'm
hearing.
thinking like hold on, bro. This is like I understand rhetoric, right? I understand
Yeah,
psyops too. You know, how people manipulate through conversation, basically. How people they condition you, right? So
facts.
when he was saying when I say a black pilot, I'm worried because I don't know if he got the job because of DEI, right? I had to say I sat back like, what do you think DEI is, right? What do you think that is? Like, do you think they just give people jobs because they black because of DEI? That's not how it works.
Hmm.
That's not how DEI. You have to be qualified, especially to be like a pilot. And then I'm starting to think like, now we talking about facts. The reality is, white women benefit more off of DEI than anybody. So I don't hear no clips of him saying that about white women. And then you hear more and more, you know, like,
There's a lot of stuff I didn't
but
agree with saying, but it's like I told people, you have to know your history, and if you don't know it, research it. Like you could actually debunk the things that you know that are not true that was coming out of his mouth, or how can I say, it? Or I don't even know how to break it down or explain it without nobody feeling offended. It's like a lot of us know the facts. Like he didn't have a real challenge. He didn't have a real debate with him. Like they were all.
because people get emotional, bro. A lot of shit he said is easily debunked. That's like when he was saying black people are more violent now prior to them having civil rights. And it's like, show me that statistic, first of all. Second of all, we understand why. In the black community, we understand why.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And guess what? Like, there's a lot of black people around me. I'm out in the suburbs. I've been out in the suburbs of Detroit just as long as I live in Detroit. And guess what? Black people out here don't really commit crime because they got an opportunity to get away from that shit. So they trying to do everything to stay away from that shit. Right? Not saying that they don't
Yeah.
commit crime out here, but not at a high clip, not like in the inner city, not like
Exactly.
that.
There's different parts where it's different, and I've learned to realize that too. And that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know. Every experience is different. You see where I'm coming from? But I don't. Let me ask you a question, right? Because I know that the majority of the stuff that he was saying, right, is kind of like what we're saying. And one thing I do notice, because I'm listening to a lot of people, is right. We don't really talk about white people and what they do. We do talk about what we do. We critique what we do. We give advice. We bring awareness, right? Could it be that, he was a white man talking about the things that we're doing in our communities that offended people so much, and the way he was saying it, putting it out there?
Right? But see, now you gotta like this. This how I look at stuff, right? Let's
Yeah.
be honest. This
But
is
some
like
shit you
when
do question. Like, it took
I'm
me a
gonna look
minute.
at
Like,
it as critical thinking, right? Let's critically think, right?
mm-hmm.
We know that white people got problems in their communities, right?
Facts.
Like you said, we ain't talking about it. Why we ain't talking about it? Because we focus on ours. So why would a white
Exactly.
man be talking about something that don't bother? I mean, that don't affect them?
That's the question nobody wants to answer me. Like,
He's trying to deflect. That's why he deflected. If I keep the spotlight over here, that's the problem, not us.
mm-hmm.
When you talking about gun violence, right? When you talk about gun violence in America, ain't nobody talking about no gang shit. Don't nobody care about that. Black people been shooting each other up in the hood since the mob was doing it. The mob used to do that shit. Now black people do. That only affect black people. Black people ain't going into the suburbs shooting it up. It's only
Updated.
affecting black people, right? So what's the problem? That's like the problem taking care of itself, if anything. So instead of talking about that as a white man, why am I not talking about these school shootings? Why am I not talking about people trying to assassinate the president, bro? That's a problem. And
That's
it ain't
something
black
we
people
don't
doing
do
it. It's white people doing it.
here.
Why
Mm-hmm.
is more white women on welfare than black women? Y'all can be talking. They can be talking about this, fixing
Yeah.
their problems. But why would you talk about black people problems when black people problems don't affect you? To
Mm-hmm.
deflect off of your problem?
Hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, all I wanted to do was take the time. Like, I know a lot of people got mad at the way I did it, but see, you gotta realize I don't know this person from a can of paint, and I'm not sitting here taking, how can I say, losing my channel and having people stalking me over something that I don't know about. So I'm doing my research, see where I'm coming from, and that's why it's like I agree
Mhm.
with you. That's why I told people, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. I know about my roots, I know about the pain, but give me a minute and let me observe the guy first. You see where I'm coming from? Like, let me research him first. Like, how in 2 days I'm gonna get to know somebody from a few clips? So I'm like, y'all gotta be like, like, let us, like, how y'all, like, for example, right, you're trying to get me to understand something, even though, right, my ancestors and your ancestors one way or another collided, and boom, a shorty here, right? I feel the pain. You see where I'm coming from? I see the struggle, but let me see, what the hell is going on first before I give up an opinion, because I could be wrong. We've been wrong before. You see where I'm coming from? People was like, oh no, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, talk to me first. Look how we having this conversation. You see where I'm coming from? And not once that you start screaming and yelling and getting mad or
Yeah, man.
offended. You see where I'm like, come on, I'll be
Yeah.
telling people that's what I was trying to avoid. You see, because if it's true that they're using the man, right, to start up a riot with us and start up some bullshit, spark some shit up, or the man is a part of it, right, then we falling for the trap doing this dumb shit.
Bro, like that's what I look, man. Man. I ain't saying that ain't none of my business. I ain't gonna talk about that in that context too much. But Chris, white people rule, so they don't want to show the bad nature of their own. Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. Black people, man, I don't see that many other groups of people demonizing their own people the way black people do. Bro. I just don't see it. Mexicans don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. So, I don't, bro. I fucked with you, Chris. I fucked with you, bro. I fucked you, Chris.
But
Like
we got to
somebody, I
get
was
out of facts
listening.
of our
It
history.
was so,
Oh my bad.
bro. It was fuck. I wish I could find that clip. It was somebody debating. Damn, who was it? It was somebody debating. Oh, no Fugazi. He was debating. Look at who he was debating, but he made a statement about women. Like he was talking about force, right? Like men, man can force their will onto women, and women can't do nothing. And it was
Mm-hmm.
a white guy that he was debating, and he said, "Well, white people hold more force than black people." So does that mean that white men can just use force to dominate black men? And he ain't want to answer that shit. And it's like, yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah,
Whoever controls more force. That's why the USA can do whatever the fuck they want to do to anybody else, and can't nobody do shit about it. That's
facts.
why, because they have more force. So even in this, it's been like that in this country. You just got a black dude hung, all his damn bones broken. They talk about no foul play. What type of shit is that?
Hmm.
Like, what the fuck? It's 2025. Who the fuck? Well, if a black person go hang themselves, they ain't gonna go to no fucking tree, bro. They ain't gonna go to no tree. They gonna go in their closet or something, do some crazy shit. They ain't gonna go to no fucking tree. And then how the fuck you
Yeah.
hang yourself with all your bones broke? That shit don't make sense.
They trying to
But
spark up
that's
a whole bunch of shit. Like people don't see it. Their shit actually. I'm like, yo, you didn't see that video where the Ku Klux Klan was coming out on I don't know where was it, but I saw it. I'm saying, you're like, you gotta be kidding, motherfuckers out here in them damn masks. I'm like, this some real shit. Like they out in the spotlight. We got
like
the
it.
Black Panthers coming back out in Philly. I'm sitting here, this shit is wild. Like I'm like, it's
Bro, motherfuckers-
2025, but I didn't experience what my ancestors went through. I didn't experience what my grandparents went through, right? I'm not including my mama because she didn't either. All right. But we go back to my grandparents, they went through some shit too, even though they Puerto Ricans. You see where I'm coming from? So it's kind of like, is we
we
really
we
living what they lived? And like not living
oh,
it, is we gonna relive what they
we going
lived?
backwards instead of forward. Right. Yeah, we
Yeah.
going backwards. That's like Bond. Shout out to Bond, man. He was on the panel. Emmy Commander was on the panel with me a couple days ago, a couple shows ago, and he was talking about how his mom Mexican, and when he grew up, she didn't want him speaking Mexican because how unfairly Mexicans was being treated in this country. She wanted him to have a bigger, better opportunity, so she steered him away from it. That's what she was. That's what people was going through. I know a whole bunch of well, I ain't gonna say a whole bunch. I know a couple Mexican people who don't know how to speak their language because their parents didn't want them speaking that because they was
That's the
getting
recent
criticized,
history.
ridiculed, and they had to experience racism.
Mm.
So they wanted more. They wanted better for their youngins. So they steered them away from that. A lot of black people did that too. Hey, go to the white side. Just hey, it's better. You can't beat them going. That's how they did, and that's how they survived.
I tell my kids everything that was passed on down to me, and I try to instill that every day as much as I can, through storytelling, through conversations. I let them ask questions, I answer those questions. And if I don't have the answer to their questions, I sit down and I do research with them. All right. Like
Mm.
people don't understand. We gotta talk. Like that's the whole point and why I keep saying reclaiming, reclaiming. All right. Like at the end of the day, people don't understand. Like they look like martyrs, right? You see it, but they didn't become that. They didn't sacrifice themselves for nothing, right? Like I tell people, y'all talk about Malcolm X so much, right? But he had the choice, right? He had an option to pick up that weapon and defend himself, but he chose not to, all right, to send a message, and people still don't understand. Listen, we're not just reclaiming, but if we're fighting back, we got to fight back with strategy, all right? Like I don't know how to put it down or break it down, and people like they don't. Sometimes I feel there's like no point of even breaking it down because some people still not going to understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I know word with what I just said understood exactly what
You,
I mean.
yeah, you gotta, everything should be strategical in life, man, because that's where we at in life, man.
Hmm.
If you ain't strategizing, you been strategized against, bro. That's just how it is. So
Exactly.
if you ain't doing the planning, you getting plotted on. That's just
Yeah.
how it works, man.
It's like
So
some old head.
you
My
gotta
bad.
be smart with the way you move, like the way you fight. All battles ain't meant to be fought physically. Some of them meant to be fought verbally. Some of them are meant to be fought spiritually. I mean, there's different ways to fight. So
Exactly.
you
But
gotta.
it's not even that. Like some old head was telling me the other day, right? It's like a lot of us sit here and don't even peep it, right? Yes, it's more of us than there is them if you really sit here and think about it. But even though there's more of us than there is them, ain't enough ain't enough of us armed the correct way, the right way to even start a fucking war or fight. You see where I'm coming from? That's why I constantly say we'll drop like flies in the middle of war and y'all don't even dig it. Because on some real shit, beat this shit. Oh shit, that's my enemy right there. Instead of focusing on right there in front of your in front of you, your target, you're gonna get distracted and try to fight your enemy over here just because in your head that's your ops. Even though y'all might have some beef, yeah, but this ain't the moment for it. You see my point? It's kind of like I don't know how
This
to
how
explain
fucked
this
up.
shit.
No, this how fucked up people is. They don't even know who the fuck their enemy is. They think people think their enemy is their neighbor and shit, bro. Motherfuckers going through the same shit as you. That's your enemy. Ain't y'all going through the same shit? How the fuck is that y'all? What y'all fighting over?
Mhm.
Political beliefs? None of y'all run that shit. None of y'all make the fucking decisions on which way the party go, left or right. Y'all got to go with whatever the fuck they say. The
They might
the
go
problem,
around
people don't think for themselves, bro. They don't think for themselves. The political party is supposed to represent the people. The people ain't supposed to represent the political party.
it.
That's why I don't fuck with it. Because people are identifying with political parties instead of the political party identifying with the people.
Yeah, and not even just
The
that. When I was
motherfuckers
doing my
upside down
research,
backwards already.
you know
Mhm.
that a lot of these things that the DEI is in, you know what's crazy? I'm sitting here like DEI it is a good and is a bad thing. Like you were saying in the beginning, right? When you was breaking that joint down. And as I went down into my research, and I don't know if people have noticed this shit, they implemented this DEI in there and it says it, right? It's funny as shit how it's right there in our faces, right? It was put in there so that they could be able to debate the laws, be able to change them through debates. It's the crazy part. I'm sitting here like, hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. So this DI is put into this law right here so that basically politicians can debate the law on how they can change it, twist it up, loop, whatever. But I was like, if y'all do y'all research, I'm like, peep this shit up. I'm like, it's good. It helps us in the way we read the certain things, but is it really for us? Is my question now. The deeper that I go into this shit, because the laws are there, but now why y'all playing with it? You see my point?
I think if people like I said, there's a difference between reading something and practicing something. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to get my sister on here to really break down that shit. But
That's
diversity,
what we need.
equity, and inclusion means we're accepting everybody and putting them on a level playing field. We ain't excluding nobody.
Mhm.
We're
That's
gonna
why I
level the
was saying what I
playing
was
field.
saying.
We want better people in this country. We want our if the better the people, the better the country. The better you, the better us. That's what that's for. It's to give people the opportunity to elevate themselves through equity.
There you
You
go.
look, equality is a myth, in my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you why. Equality means we get the same chance. But if I'm not equipped to take the opportunity of this chance, then is it really fair? And what I mean by that is if we run in a race, right, and I only got one leg, is it fair for me to race a person with two legs? But
Wait,
if you
repeat
give
the
me
question.
another leg, if we run in a race, me and you, and I only got one leg, is it fair for me to race you?
Why not? You could probably be faster than me. I don't know. Shit, I've seen some
With one leg?
one-legged people run. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
that's when now if you give me an attachment, that's equity. Now you
Okay.
gave me another a leg. You gave me another leg to stand on. Even if it's a little tink tink leg. You seen little tink tink blew up and then they was like, nope, you got prosthetics on, so that was unfair. How the fuck
Um,
was that unfair? These people got their real legs, bro. This shit ain't got no rocket booster or nothing in it. That's amazing. That you take 10 people and see if they can do what he just did. Nah, bro. You made it. You gave him an equal, fair playing ground, and he took advantage of it.
but you're right.
That's
No,
what
it's not
DEI
fair.
is, bro. That's like this. If I, you take a kid from the inner city, as far as educational wise, right? Then you take a kid from a suburb. We already know there's a disparity in the education. But now if you give that kid from and they gotta take a standardized state test, right? Now you get that kid from the hood a tutor.
Fair.
That's what equity is. Giving him the opportunity because he's at a disadvantage. The education in the hood ain't like the education in the suburb. We know that. But if you give him a tutor and if he take advantage of that tutor, and then he scored better or just as good as that guy who came from the suburb. That's equity, bro. Equity ain't given is as a pie or given resources so people can raise. Okay, you might come from the hood, but if you got that much drive and ambition, I'm gonna give you somebody who got the information that you didn't have an opportunity to get. Now that I do that, if you take advantage of that, then good. If you don't, then you fucked up.
Facts. And that's why I asked at one point too, not so long ago. It's like, wait, if they take DEI, how would it affect us? See, and nobody can ever
Mm.
answer that question for real, for real. That's why you have to have somebody that knows a little more into what DEI is and has experience with it more. And I don't mean experience like us, because half of us are just learning what the hell DEI is. What I mean, somebody that's practiced and somebody that knows about the how can I say, the policy a little more than what we do. Because people might misconstruct what I just said.
And like I said, man, I even like old boy Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? He was debating with people who didn't, who got emotionally triggered off of what he was saying, and that's a tactic. He framed his conversations in a way where he can trigger people. That's the easiest way to win a debate is to get somebody emotionally triggered, and
Do you
then
believe
it doesn't even
he
matter
was?
what they say,
Do you
or
believe he
people
was a
won't even be
racist?
able to think. I do.
You do?
I think, yeah. After hearing what I heard, yeah. At first, I was like, shit, I don't know. People just say what they think, but
It's
nah, bro.
questioning.
Like the shit, like when he said about Simone Biles, right? Now we know Simone Biles. She had pulled out the Olympic gold medal game,
Yeah,
and everybody like, damn, what's going on with Simone? Then you find out she was having emotional, mental breakdowns because of some shit she experienced. She got sexually abused, and that shit was fucking with her. It was fucking with her real life. And it was fucking so to me it showed more of her character pulling herself out of that situation, giving her team an opportunity because she was a liability. She knew she wasn't up to par.
yeah.
This motherfucker said she's a
He said
psychopath.
some crazy.
Well, so she's a
I know.
sociopath for pulling out. Like she's a disgrace to this country. Like, hold on, bro. Why are you going way low? You went way low. You could have been like, shit, life is hard. You got to toughen up a little bit when we need you. You could have said some shit like that. But you talking about she's a no, he said she's a sociopath. He didn't say psychopath. He said she's a sociopath because she pulled out the gold medal games and potentially cost her country a gold. Like, hold on, bro. You telling me a gold medal is more important than this girl's mental health? But this is the same guy who said he don't believe in empathy. He said he don't believe in empathy. So I mean, you can understand why he's saying what he's saying. He don't
Can
care.
I,
But how
can I ask
you
a
but
question?
then but see this is the discrepancy that I see because you're a Christian, bro. The most empathetic man who ever walked this planet was Jesus Christ. So where's the love at, bro?
Hmm.
You think Jesus? You think he ain't have empathy? He didn't he made a blind man see.
Do
He could
you
have been like shit. Oh well. He
do you
rose a
believe
man
all
from
this
the
is
dead
real?
because people was weeping, bro.
I'm dead.
He fed a whole
Do you believe that this is
village
all
of
a,
people. Oh, go ahead.
all this is happening with the bull? Like, could this be a play? Like, I don't know if you've seen the videos that are
Now
surfacing.
I'm gonna go on Rumble one day. I'm gonna go. I'm going a little bit more information. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. Bro. I'm going on Rumble. Though. I ain't saying that shit on here. I like my monetary channel. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go
No, because
on Rumble
I'm
and
just
talk
about
about it.
curious with
I'm
everything that's
gonna
going.
say this. Think
I'm
about
not
this, man.
questioning anything,
I,
right? Not him, not what you're saying. I'm questioning
no,
why this is happening like this. Like I'm watching the videos, I'm
let
observing,
me
and I'm
explain
like,
something
what
to
is
you.
they?
I'm gonna explain something to you from a music standpoint. Do you know a lot of these artists are worth more dead than alive?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Hmm.
If you ain't here, I can say this, I can say that, I can, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no pushback, bro. But they talk about dudes changing his stance on this and changing his stance on that, and I'm like, well, if he changed his stance on this and that, that's gonna be a problem later. But if we make it do what it do,
Something
and
feel weird
then
with him. Like something,
man,
everything about
that
this.
whole thing, bro, that whole thing, none of it makes sense. None of it
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's not just that. I don't know, like if you like when you talk about it, you get this like weird vibe, like when like this weird energy. It's something about this whole
Oh no, I already know what
Charlie
it is.
Kirk
That's what.
situation.
Uh, no, I know
I
what
don't
it
know how
is
to
already.
explain it or break it down or put it into words. Like, because when I say it, people get offended. I've said it already. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're getting played. That's the best way I could say it now.
Man, they talk about this man like Superman because the bullet, bro. You know what a vertebrae is?
Who?
Your vertebrae. You got a so when we talk about your spinal cord, right? That's your
Okay, yeah.
vertebrae.
Oh,
So
vertebrae.
your vertebrae. So it goes from cervical, which is the first um, column within your neck, go down to thoracic, which going back into your back to the midsection. Then you got your lumbar spine, which goes all the way down to your sacrum coxsacrum, which is right above your tailbone. Anyway, that's your vertebrae. So these vertebrae are not connected. Um, there's spaces in between them, and between those spaces are cushions, right? Are cushions. That's why when people, it can, if you get in a bad car accident, get your head to it. That's why you can disconnect the spinal cord. It's one of the weakest bones in your body. Is your vertebrae. One of the less densest bones in your body. They're
Mm-hmm.
telling us that a bullet went into his neck and it hit his vertebrae and it was poking out of skin. Like it was at the skin, not poking out, but so it's saying the vertebrae stopped the 30-06 bullet. His vertebrae stopped. That's what they tell him. Ain't no way in hell that shit would have been shattered, literally shattered. Like he shouldn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. From my experience, I don't have a 30-06. I got 307, but I shot a couple 30-6s. I used to hunt. You hit an animal, you can damn near decapitate it. You damn near decapitate. You take his damn head off. But it's a human, bro.
That
Muscles
is off
ain't
the
denser than animal. Ain't no way in hell that dude got hit with a 30-06, bro. When I seen it originally, and my wife was like, "What?" And I said, "It looked like to me. I thought he had some body armor on. He got hit with a high caliber, and a fragment from the body armor broke off and hit him in the neck. I'm like, that wasn't a gunshot wound. For me just seeing it, I'm like, that ain't no gunshot wound. Something I'm saying, and I'm like, unless he had a plate, the bullet. If you got Kevlar is meant to catch and compress bullets. A plate, if it's a high caliber rifle, depending on how far you got hit from and what's above the plate, just a regular plate the bullet will fragment, meaning break into pieces. And there's a high chance of, it can hit you in the neck and, you know. So that's what I'm thinking that happened. And then when they was like a 30, I thought he got hit with a pistol. 'Cause I'm looking like, when they said a 30-06, I said, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no fucking way in hell. No way in hell. No, it don't happen like this. This just don't. There's no miracle. There's no ain't no.
It's something that's way
It
off the
don't
shit.
happen like
Like,
that.
I don't know. That's why I just dropped it. Like, I'm like, I get it. People want me to talk about the Charlie Kirk thing, but I was confused in the beginning. I'm not confused no more about what was being said and all that shit, right? But now what's got me, baffled in the head is everything around that's surrounding it, everything that's being said. So it's kind of like looking at the videos, a lot of shit ain't matching. I feel like they playing the shit out of us. So it's kind of like, listen,
Listening to Mr. Let Go today, I'm like, bro, I gotta stop watching YouTube. You be saying some crazy shit. He's like, why his shoes ain't dirty? I'm like, what? Like, do you understand you saying a pixelated video? So it's just picking up the primary thing. So his shoes probably dirty, bro. Why his freedom on his shirt is missing? I'm like, bro, they
What?
snatching him up. It's a small stripe that says freedom. If his shirt come up, it's covered, bro. And it's a pixelated video. Again, you're zooming in, distorting the pixels. When you see it from a range and you start zooming in, you know this start getting blurry. That's because it's becoming unpixelated. The pixels is fucking breaking down. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You talk about, and then I'm watching like when Charlie got shot, right? The dude in the black pushed him off the ground, like pushed him off the chair onto the ground, right? He was like, "Oh my god, why would somebody do that? He just got shot. He don't know if he gonna shoot again. He's covering him. That's part of the procedure, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would he do that? Like, bro, you ain't see what they did to Trump. They tackled him. They got to get on top of him and cover him because if the person keeps shooting, their job is to not let him get shot again. I'm like, bro, it's some people, everybody don't need to talk about everything, bro.
Yeah,
They just
but
don't. And I like Mr. Let Go. I just start watching them, but he be saying some, I'd be like, oh my God, bro, is this all for the clicks and views? He said some shit about this
like,
connection to Diddy. I'm like, what the
yeah,
is he talking about?
it's not just that. That shit's got a lot of people in the freaking emotions, like you were
Oh
saying
man.
earlier. Like, you can't have this conversation without the conversation going left with certain people on some real shit. Or you got some people say, "Oh, you turn and you flip," and I'm sitting here, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold the fuck up. Who the fuck is turning?" I listen. I don't have a side. I'm not fighting over no red and blue, and I'm sure as hell not going crazy over no influencer because that's what he was. Nothing more than a content creator, an advocate for politics. You see where I'm coming from? That's it. All right, a content creator, nothing more, nothing less. All right, an influencer. Like a lot of people are considered here on YouTube. Or he was not a politician. He was not a family member that I know. All right, my condolences go out to his family. I feel bad, all right, for his family. But for the bull, I don't know him from a can of paint. So I don't even know how the fuck to feel for the bull because it's like it's confused. What I have is like confusion emotions. So I'm not even gonna pay attention to that shit because what he said were words like I tell people. I'm like, I'm not gonna come on social media and get mad because it wasn't true at the end of the day, right? Like I could easily debunk this shit. Like I said on one of my thoughts, like I said, look, listen, it's not even like that. Like the same way there's black on black crime, there's white on white crime, right? Like as crazy as it sounds, it exists. That's why I was like, it's crazy. Like, why wasn't he talking about the white on white crime? Like, I get why a lot of people mad. You see where I'm coming from? But I'm not getting frustrated. This is the man that's opinionated, got his own view on a lot of shit. I was like, they were, oh, but he's talking about, you, your kind, your people. I say, he ain't talking about me and none of my sisters because we don't come online and do this shit on some real shit. But there are people, I'm like, he's saying the same shit some of us say, but I'm like, some of it sounds kind of fucked up. But I can't even, it's hard. I left that shit alone because it's like, no matter if you say good or bad, everybody's in their fucking feelings about the man.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know how to break it down. Like, I heard a comment he said, and I didn't agree with it. Oh, you got to die for speaking bad on Charlie Kirk. I said, wait, what? I'm saying, get the fuck out my face.
So listen to this, bro. Right, just some of the shit he was saying in the video. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is he talking about?
The person that they picked up after a person falls, they forgot to change his shirt.
Hey, I'm dead.
But I didn't say that. And I don't agree with the person in the video if they're alluding to that, because I would never, ever take away a person's victimhood. Charlie Kirk has passed away, and rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Okay. But we just going to watch this video and we're not going to judge. So this person falls on the ground, and all of a sudden, when the person gets picked up, the logo, which is freedom, is mysteriously gone. Share this video, share this video, share this video. Look, where's the freedom logo?
So, like right there, first of all, like I said, you zoomed in, it's pixelated. That's what happened. That's why you don't see And then the freedom logo is a thin stripe that says freedom across the chest. If his shirt is bent up or any type of way, you know how like your shirt come up, it can be covered.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing
Look at the
is
shirt.
pixelated. So yeah,
No freedom logo anymore. No freedom. So freedom is only there if you're alive. So if you die and you got a shirt on, the freedom disappears.
That's crazy. Hold on,
Like, you
that's
can't
not
even
it.
see. It kind of does
That's
look
what
like
I'm
a logo on, but you can't even see.
So
Because the
apparently,
shadows in the way.
you buy a freedom shirt
But
and
if
it
you
only
now,
says freedom if you're
I want you
alive.
to
If
see
the freedom
how
shirt, if
small.
you die with the freedom shirt on, the freedom goes away. Apparently,
I want you to see how small. I don't know.
no
They ain't
logo
showing it in
and the shirt is pure white. The freedom logo is gone. And who would lift someone who was bleeding profusely feet up?
So they talking about lifting him feet up. Somebody they not thinking about that, bro. They trying to get him out of there. Usually you got a person or two at the top, you got a person or two at the bottom grabbing his leg. They trying to get this dude is 6'5". I don't know how much he weighs. It ain't no small guy. So they just trying to get him up out of there. Like, oh shit, he's hit. Let's get him to the hospital. That's what they trying to do. Talk about. But this is all the little petty shit that people who don't know shit when they get to talking, they say stupid shit
And
like this.
there's the guy in a gray shirt, in the gray right there. No blood, no freedom.
And they even if you seen this original shot, they zoomed in. Like even now watch this. Watch when I zoom in. Watch how. Damn, I can't even be.
I was like, you're on YouTube. You can't zoom in.
No, I should be able to zoom in.
And why does everybody got sunglasses on?
We talk about why everybody got sunglasses on.
No blood, no logo.
And I'm pretty sure
Tammy said his shirt is stretched up, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
We're just playing the video, man. I'm just giving y'all new footage. That's all. I don't mean no harm, no nothing.
What's what you say
Okay,
about
so let's see. More. All right, so right here is when they were carrying him to the car. Is one. Can y'all count how many people this is?
Now see, watch
Let's
this.
see.
You can
Because it looked like about 13 goddamn people.
Picture, the shoe, the bottom of the shoe.
No logo. So
Now
Tammy said his shirt is stretched up, I think. Okay. We're just playing the video, man. I'm just giving y'all new footage.
You can see his
That's all.
dirty right
I
there.
don't mean no harm, no nothing.
If you look at the bottom of the shoes, you can see his wear on it.
Okay, so let's see.
It's completely white there. Why is it completely white?
All right, so right here is when they were carrying him to the car. Is one. Can y'all count how many people this is? Let's see. Because it looked like about 13 goddamn people.
So the picture when they was originally picked him up, you can see like the bottom of his shoes was like a little tan or whatever. Meaning he got, he walked no shit. They a little dirty. On here is all white. Well, why is it all white on here and it's not all white on the other? It's because it's zoomed in. Even if it wasn't zoomed in, it wouldn't be that white. When pixels get distorted, it takes on a primary color. The shoes is mainly white, so that's what you're gonna see. Is when the other smaller pixels with the color in it get distorted, it's gonna blot out and it's gonna take the primary color. So that's why his shoes look pure white.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 people. Oh, do y'all see what I see? Yo.
Look at this shit.
What do you see? What does
Look
he
at the
see?
bottom of that man's shoes.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, what? I thought he seen something
There's
in the
no dirt
photo.
on the bottom of his shoes.
Listen, I thought he was about to say Donald Trump popped up in the back of some shit.
I can't with you. Your only word.
I thought he was about to say there's Waldo.
Listen, a lot of people got a lot of conspiracy theories. Like, you see how Candace Owens flipped on Trump and saying that all this happened because of Israel and all that stuff. I'm not even gonna hit onto it because I gotta do
I
my
don't know.
research onto that.
Don't say it. I don't want to even talk about that.
But
But real
it's
quick, now, I want
she's getting
now
backlash for that. Like they're like, Trump, how do you feel about Candace turning on you? I was like, oh shit, she turned on Trump because of this. I'm like, I didn't even keep it until I was like, get the fuck out of here.
look in this picture, right? And when you look at Charlie's body, I don't know if y'all can see my cursor. Hold on, let me see. Do y'all see my cursor on here?
I
On
see
the
his
computer?
feet. I see your cursor on the
Look
red
at the
part
bottom
of
of his
the
goddamn
picture.
shoes, y'all.
On the shirt, right?
Is that red? Why your shirt look red now?
Now we're about to talk about it. What I'm telling you about these pictures. That man, when by the time they got him to that car, he had a shit ton of blood on him. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you zoom in, it's gonna take on the primary color. It's gonna take what's mostly there. When all the other little pixels start to, that's why it look like he got a fucking red top on. You can see red up the top, and this is his stomach. That's his stomach right there. But all this shit up here, you can see his head right here. This is his head, but all this is distorted because they zoomed in.
This shit look
But
like they carry a ghost.
but this it just proves my point. When I was saying it's gonna take on a primary color, he had a shit ton of blood on him by the time they got him out to the car. Because the shirt was like damn near white when they picked him up. But now look at it. He ain't point that out. He's talking about the bottom of his shoe. Oh my god.
Look at the
Yeah, and it
shoe.
still look red.
It's a
That's
grassy
crazy.
area.
It look
There's
like
no
a big
dirt on the
shadow,
bottom
a
of his
red shadow
goddamn
right there.
shoes. What the
Then the
hell?
bull's arm look red, but then it's it could be the shadow. They
Hold
got
on,
like a
we want to
blurry
look at
thing
all
on top
kinds
of
of
that
shit.
picture.
We looking at this frame by frame. So I looked at the shoes. Now let me see what else I can see. Still don't see no blood. Both shoes are angel white.
Why
Who
sure ain't
pushed?
Angel White?
Hold on, let's see. Oh,
No, this the part I
y'all are
was
saying he
at. Okay,
pushed
I'm
him
doing
off
this.
the thing.
No, he held him, then put him on the floor. He didn't push
Oh,
him.
he
See,
pushed him.
he didn't push him.
Yo, he pushed him, y'all.
All this shit for clicks and views, bro.
Oh shit.
Even if he did push him, that's his fucking.
Oh,
That's what
I
he's
don't
supposed to
push
do. Listen, if I'm guarding someone and someone took a shot at him and they sitting on the elevated area, I have to knock them down. I have to
you're right. But even in the video, it don't look like he pushed him because I don't know if it's slowed
y'all
down or
ever
what. It looked like he
y'all
kind of
ever watch?
grabbed him
Listen,
and then laid him
listen.
down.
It was it was if you watch any videos, especially like with Secret Service or any type of bodyguard, and somebody take a shot or start running towards them aggressively, first thing they do is cover them. How do you cover someone? You get them down and you get on top of them. You have teams like they got a team. If you watch them, that guy closest to him, that's his job is to cover them. Everyone else is to secure them. Everyone else is supposed to be around to secure them. He stay on top because if they fire multiple shots, guess who gonna get hit?
The guards.
The guy protected. Why is he gonna get hit? Because he's covering the guy. How the fuck you gonna protect somebody if you ain't covering? So if I'm sitting there and somebody I'm protecting get hit once, say if he got shot once, no, I'm tackling him. I'm gonna get him down on the ground and to cover. So he may, why wouldn't he push him? That's the question. If he just sat there and watched them fall down by itself, like if the guy just looked like, oh damn, what was he supposed to do? At that point, the guy probably didn't even know Charlie was actually shot. If he's standing there, you hear the shot, he see him moving, his job is to protect them. So how do I protect them? I get him down on the ground to cover him. And that's probably when he got him down, that's probably when he noticed like, oh shit, he hit. Okay, let's get him. Let's get him gone. But the way this, like, well, why would he listen to him? Listen how he tried to ride that. Listen to how he tried to ride that.
Oh shit!
This game.
Hold on.
He don't got premium. That's okay, guys.
No, I had it. I didn't pay for nothing this month. I had bro, man, my budget. I had to. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Gotta explain.
We had a wedding.
I don't.
We had a wedding. I had to put $500 in a card. So no, we didn't. Some things had to put in the budget for this month, and YouTube Premium was one. I didn't even pay for stream.
You're not ready for it.
All right,
We go back over here.
give me a second. Give me a second. We got so much to talk about now because I just seen that they pushed the damn man. They all jumped on the ground, and I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because, like I told you, YouTube is against people who say otherwise of what happened. So I'm not even going to repeat this, but thank you for the super chat. And I do acknowledge you, but I can't read this out loud because YouTube is going to say I'm denying someone of their victimhood. Okay. So, man, this man knocked his ass off the damn chair, y'all. Look at this shit. He
Trust me, if somebody was guarding the president and they heard a firecracker, they tackling his ass. It's like, that's what they remember what they did to Trump. Bro, it was like 3 people jumped on top of Trump. Like, oh shit, they took a shot at the president. They had to cover him.
People are blowing all this out of proportion. Like on some real shit.
They don't. If you got people talking about shit they don't know, and they blowing it and they making something nothing. The real shit you should be wondering. Like, I mean, I've been listening to like ballistic experts. Like, I got experience with guns, so I know a little bit. I don't know everything, but I know what an entry wound look like. I know what an exit wound look like. I know what fragment and shit look like. This even working in the hospital. I remember we had this cop come in. He got stuck. He had his ballistic vest under his uniform, right? He got shot, and a piece of his badge got hit. A piece of his badge hit him right under the ear, and he had this big ass laceration. And come to find out, it wasn't a bullet; it was a piece of his badge got hit and cut him in back of the ear, so it fragmented. I just seen that a couple times. Where even glass. Like, I had a friend, we was walking, and people started shooting. And we was hiding behind a car, and a piece of the glass embedded in the back of his neck. We behind a car, but the glass hit him in the neck and it embedded, right? So he thinking he got shot. So I'm sitting there trying to see what's going on because they hit the car probably about 15 times. So I'm trying to see, and then I seen the glass, pulled it out and covered the wound. But the whole time he thought he was dying because he got shot in the neck. He felt something hit him in the neck. Bullet flying hit him in the neck, and it was blood just dripping. And it wasn't even that bad. I took him to the hospital. He didn't even get a stitch.
knocked them off the chair. Oh shit! All of these are crisis actors. All right, let's look at the guy that jumped over the table like he's goddamn Knight Rider or some shit. Look at the guy that jumped out over the table. Watch this.
Now watch I be able to even explain this.
Watch what he said. And then look, he didn't do nothing. Look at the guy. He just walked away. Watch this. He just walked away. What the fuck did he do? Look at the guy that jumped over the table. He didn't do nothing.
He probably went to go get help.
The guy on the table. Let's look at each person one by one. Look at that.
I said he probably went to go get help. Shit, what the fuck?
That's a part of his. That's a part of his team, right? When he jumped over the table and he see 3-4 other people on him, they probably told him to go get the car. 9 times out of 10, the way he beeline, go get the car, or he's clearing the path because they knew like shit. We got to get him out of here. Everybody got a job, bro. Everybody got a job. He talk about he slid over the table. Shit, he got over that motherfucker great. That's
Shit.
how you know he experienced. He either former police or former military. The way he hit the table, he either former police or former military. I can tell you that.
This
And once
shit.
he seen they had him secure, his next job is to go secure the vehicle, or at least a path to the vehicle.
Hmm.
I guarantee you that's what that man.
Look, the Knight Rider dude, the action figure dude
The
who
Knight
got a checkered button down on, this nigga jumped over the table and just walked away. Watch this. So the guy in the black knocks him over. Then he jumps over the table. Watch this. Then he said, okay. He just walked away. Watch this. He's out of there. Why did he? What did he do? Does he ever come into the shot? Yo, why you knock this man out his chair like this, y'all? Right here. He's not falling over. Look, he uses his brute force and knocks him off the chair.
So what do y'all want him to do? Not like to like watch him get shot down? They tripping.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm mad because he did knock him down. He guided him to the ground. If you watch him. He guided
That's
him
what
to
I
the
was saying earlier. I said it don't
ground.
look like he. Look at the
No, he didn't.
angle of his hands. Like it looked like he
It
was
really-
trying to hold him and then lay him down, like you know when a baby's falling or
Exactly.
your grandma's
Exactly.
falling.
He guided
Uh-huh.
him down, and that's not what he was supposed to do. I understand though, because he didn't even. I don't think he knew if he got hit or not.
Yeah, because the boy, it looked like he was trying to get protection for himself at the same time trying to help him. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but that's why I said,
So,
like, that's why I'm not.
when-
This shit,
It-
this
it's
is
little-
weird.
He reacted. Yeah, he definitely
Bro.
guided him down. He did not push
They
him.
moved something under the table. Hold on. I want we're gonna find
No,
all
no,
of the
no,
Easter eggs in
no,
this
no.
bitch. All right. So now
Yeah, so this is that's what's happening on the internet right
That's a
now.
lot of
There's a whole bunch
listening.
of-
You scroll through the feeds and that's all you're seeing. It's like almost every content creator is draining us out, and it's like conspiracy theory. I say conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory because until the truth really comes out, we don't know what's true. Because now you got FBI allegedly investigating the conspiracy theories. Like, look it up. That's why I'm like, this is wild.
I don't, bro. That all that shit sound weird, bro. Even the shit they saying, I'm like I'm watching a video, and it's like, how do you? I'm thinking like a 30-06. They have is a all 30-06. You don't break it down like it's an M16. You don't break it down into pieces. They got to stop, and most of them have like a either solid, like it's not silicone or plastic. I forgot the name of the material, but is glued. The barrel is glued to the front end stock, the front end of the stock. Well, the front end of the casing is glued in. So yeah, it got a screw, but even if you unscrew, you got to pry that bitch. And once you do that, you can't. You damn near you're not. They glued it to stabilize the barrel. That's why it's glued. So if you remove that, you still have like a 4 or 5, 6 inch barrel. So like, and it's not like the way like for somebody who don't know what the fuck shit is. I mean, I can see why they believe it. But this is the age of information. Everything is on the internet now. So you got professional ass people on the internet, professionals. So you ain't gonna get away with some shit like back in the day when people didn't have access to professional people like this. You would have been hearing about some like this shit when you go to like a game store, like a game, like a where they sell rifles and shit. You wouldn't even hear about a lot of these conversations on entry wounds, exit wounds, unless you was around these people. But now they on the internet. Everybody on the internet. So, like to me, it's like you can't like the shit that they used to tell us back in the day. They can't get away with that shit now, and I don't even think they care. They will be like, "This is the story. Take it or leave it. We don't give a fuck, and move on. And they gonna move on from it, even if the shit believable or not. But none of that shit made sense. Like even when I heard the gunshot, like I said, I got 307. I was just telling my dad. I remember when he came, when he first moved up here, in Detroit, we used to shoot for New Year's, right? We used to shoot our guns. So I remember I pulled that bitch out one day and I shot it, and like 3, 4 cars. I'm in the backyard, right? The concussion from the sound set off 3, 4 car alarms, like my neighbor's car alarms. The concussion from the gunshot sound, it set off car alarms, and I'm in the backyard. They cars in the front of the house, on the side of the house. So like that, even they had one video. They was like, "Oh, that's something like that ain't no 30-6." At most, that sound like a goddamn AR. If anything, that sound like a crack from an AR. And when I first heard it, like the video up close, the shit sounded like a pistol. That shit sounded like it was like either a 9 or a 38. Well, no, 38 got a little bit more, depending if it's from a
That's
revolver. But
that's
I'm looking like
voices that are going on too, though. Somebody is saying that it was one of the ones, around him trying to protect him that actually did it. We're using some type of device, little. Let's say that's why I said so many conspiracies going around with this, John.
you ain't gonna never know what happened. You're not. You know what you gonna know what happened about 15, 20 years from now when they release the files. Just like Martin Luther King, when they released the files, most people thought they didn't know he died in the hospital. Everybody thought he died when he got shot. And that man died in the hospital, bro.
That's because they keep saying that from the bodyguard to everybody else keeps saying that he died instantly.
Mm. Oh, Charlie did.
That's what they keep saying. Like that's one thing that I can say came out their mouth.
No, that's 100. Because when I seen him get hit, that's why I'm like, damn. The first thing I thought when I seen him get hit, I'm looking. That's why I said I thought it was like a bullet fragment. Because even the way he seized, I'm like, damn, that shit went through his neck and hit him in his vertebrae. Like because the way he seized, that's usually show when the spinal cord is disconnected. The way he seized up. Yeah, that comes from people's spinal cord being disconnected.
But you just I
only seen that twice in my life. I've seen that twice in my I've seen that shit twice in my life. Yeah.
What you just said is what the bull said. What was it? He was like a doctor. The bull that was standing, one of the bulls that was standing right next to him was a doctor. And he said it, and he noticed that when they got him into the car, like he died instantly because they was going to give him CPR, but by the time they was going to give him the CPR, it was too late.
When he said it was over.
Yeah, he's like,
it was over. And you kind of seen the roll too.
Yeah, because the bull was on the news. Like they interviewed him and everything. Like that's why I was like, because they kept accusing him, because they were saying that it was him, the other bull, it was him. 2 other guys in the bodyguard, right? Yeah, they were saying that they were doing signs. That's why I was like, it's too many, like it's too much being said about this. That's why I dropped it. I was like, I'm just gonna observe. When some legit shit come out, then I'll speak on it. Because right now everybody is in their emotions. It don't matter if you give the man a good comment. It don't matter if you don't agree with the man. Because you see what I'm like, I don't know him from a can of paint to say I have any emotions or any feelings towards him. But there's a lot of shit I don't agree with him. You see where I'm coming from? But what I do with that, I debunk that shit. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm going to just debunk it and, speak the truth. And then after that, like I tell people, like, I don't see the point of y'all getting mad. Like, the way I see people here is the way I should see his wife. On some real shit.
People getting on both sides getting too emotional. I see, like I said, I don't, I ain't about to defend the dude. You know what I'm saying? But shouldn't nobody be on a live like that, man. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't nobody be because of they political,
that's the whole point.
Even they worldly views, bro. Like, come on, man. When we get to this, that's some soft shit to me, bro. That's some soft ass shit.
The more and more
I don't gotta like what you say or like you, and not agree that you shouldn't be taken out for the way for what you believe. I mean, if that's the case, any of us can get knocked off because we all think a little differently. feel a little differently about shit. So am I
That's what
supposed to get executed or assassinated
I'm
because uh, I believe a better you is a better us? Because somebody knocked my damn noodles out because of that, bro. Like that shit, wow, bro. What are you
Listen,
talking?
the other day I had to prove a point to somebody, right? Because it's kind of like people don't get it. I was like, all right, so if the bull was racist, right, that we got to understand, like, even though I'm like, that's his view, his point of view, all right, from a white man's view is what I see that he was speaking on. That's what I was like, I don't feel as though he should have been speaking on our communities the way he was, but that's my opinion, anyways. All right. But it doesn't mean that everything he said, was completely false. The way he was bringing it out there was fucked up. Now, what I'm going to sit here and say is, right, we may not have liked what he said, right? But you got to realize we all have somebody that we care about, right? In our family that we can sit here and say, like, God damn, you racist because you can't stand white people. You can't stand, Mexicans. You see where I'm coming from? So does the person that we care about deserve to get executed because of their point of views and their dislikes and they're airing it out? That's why I'm like, we gotta like fall back real quick because you don't want this shit. Like imagine the
Like
scripts
for
being
you.
flipped. So I agree with what you're saying. That's why I was like, people misunderstood because of the way I speak. But I don't agree with everything the man was saying. But I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'm going to unalive you. No, I'm just going to sit here and say, well, look, listen, this is our history. This is how it was. This is what was passed down, right? That's not in the books that you read, all right? Like, it's not, listen, it's not our fault that he had his views, and it's not his fault that we have ours, right? Like, at the end of the day, you know the truth. Debunk that.
I gave y'all the book. I gave y'all the blueprint a long time ago, but
Mm-hmm.
stop talking to people about shit that don't concern them. But I don't talk to non-black people about black issues. There's no point. Like I'm just being real. When in history has anybody helped black people with black issues? They haven't. So what the
Facts.
fuck am I talking to you about? We go fix some shit. We go fix it. Just like
There you
everybody else.
go.
Bro. I don't be
It's
talking
not.
to people about no Mexican issues or no white issues. That's the shit they gotta fix, bro. What the fuck you want me to do? I got my own shit. So where mind your goddamn business. That's how you gotta do it. Now, if
And none of
people want to have a conversation, I can have a conversation. People say,
that.
why this, why that? We can have that conversation. But let somebody come to me talking about white people are only 14% of the race, but they commit 68% of the murders. Like, so fucking what? Like, let's use critical thinking, right? If that's the case, black people in America only represent 14% of the population. But first question I'm asked, who they killing? Who's the 60? Oh, they self? Well, shit. Give them 5 more years. Maybe they be down to 6% and all this shit will stop then. If that's the problem, shit, let them do the people. What the fuck we complaining about?
Mm-hmm.
This
Like,
one dude, I went on a TikTok channel. This one dude, when I said that, he was like, well, I don't want to use my tax dollars to pay for these criminals. And I said, well, what about pedophiles? Are you okay using your tax dollars to pay for pedophiles? Is that okay? You talking about some people killing themselves? You don't want to use your tax dollars to pay for that. What about the pedo? Are you okay using your tax dollars to house people who hurt kids? He was like, no, and I'm like, well, 70% of that is you. I said, so while you worried about black people in the hood killing each other, you need to worry about your cousin, your uncle, your granddad, all these white men because they make up 70% per capita of abusing kids.
hmm,
Your
that's
school
it.
teachers, your doctors. Like, come on now.
That's
You worry
exactly
about
it.
that, bro. Worry about the kids, man. Don't worry about what somebody. Oh, you don't even live around these motherfuckers, bro. These people ain't bothering you.
That's a fact. It's like the other day, right? Somebody tried to like to ask me, can I debate with you what I was talking about, right? And I said, I didn't even, listen, I wasn't disrespectful, but I wasn't respectful either. All right. People know how I get. Like, don't sit here and ask me, can you debate, right? When I'm speaking on, like, listen, I feel as though Charlie Kirk shouldn't have been alive for his views. But I feel as though that predators, right, that take the innocence of any child should belong in a casket. Oh, we should debate if a predator should be in a casket or not. I'm not debating that shit. That motherfucker took the innocence of a child. That motherfucker belonged in a casket. Two complete different situations.
And that's
Oh, but how you feel like about that, but you don't feel about this? Like, oh, well, because this motherfucker sat here and destroyed a whole life. Why should he be here while this child is dying in the inside? Fuck out of here. But some people just say that they deserve to be behind bars. You know, that's the biggest, you know, how they pay consequences. I'm like,
No,
I get what you're saying, but if it
some
was for
people
me, I'd bring back the
rehabilitate.
law of Hammurabi, is what you call it. And I know you know more about that because I'm just learning about it. If it was for me, I'll bring back that law.
Some people rehabilitate, and some people just get more time to scheme.
They don't.
Learn
It's been
how to.
scientifically proven that even if you castrate a man or a woman, they will find other ways to sit here and hurt innocence.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say it.
most people don't. They don't do that for sexual pleasures. Most people abuse other people like that.
I'm saying, you want to debate me on this? I don't think this is the debate you're going to win. Debate me on politics or anything else. I don't mind it. And even that, I don't debate. But I was like, I'm definitely not debating this shit because I'm not the only one that feels like that. All right. I don't think that anybody should be, you know, unalive for their views or their, you know, how can I say the way they perceive things in life. But I do feel as though that a predator, yeah, that motherfucker deserves it.
Okay, come on, so I can change it back. Where's her bottle?
That makes me think that people like that, y'all protect them predators. Like, I already see enough of that online.
Let's see, it's on the floor. Oh, my little mama just woke up.
Oh, the baby's up. I just noticed that. But she ain't no baby. She a toddler now.
Man, she a grown ass woman.
He's like, she a grown ass woman all big.
So I'd be mad at her because my daddy boys don't work with her. Like earlier, I told her she was jumping on the bed. I said, "Baby, stop jumping on the bed." She was like, "No." I'm like, "Baby, stop jumping on the bed." She said, "Daddy, stop telling me to stop jumping. I'm having fun." And I'm looking like, "What, bro? You 2 years old? What the?" I told my son to stop jumping. He looked at me crazy, and he had tried again. Then I yelled and screamed. He'd be like, "All right, I'm cool. I just want to see if I can get away with it." Her, no, she don't play that. She'd be like, "Daddy, don't tell me no." I'd be like, "What?"
Girls are more hard
You
headed.
don't tell me not to tell you no. Like she's just supposed to get her way every day, every time, huh? Is that how it is? No.
According to her, yes.
Like she don't care if you sleep. Like I just heard her screaming like, "Ma, Ma, wake up!" I'm like, "What did you waking your mama up for?" You don't like the light? Yeah, put your feet back in.
It's crazy how you see a lot of contradictions and hypocrisy in this case right here on this Charlie Kirk situation.
Oh yeah, he definitely got
confusing.
just like people talking about you should do this, you should mourn Charlie Kirk. Like dude said he ain't like empathy. Empathy is a form of mourning. Mourning is an expression of empathy. It's literally you expressing empathy by mourning someone. But he said it was bad. So what am I? I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want it.
X.
Yes, baby. Okay, when I come back in, okay?
Y'all knows about that time.
She on 10 right now. She's on 10.
But you I don't know. It's let me ask you a question. The way you see people here on social media, do you see them outside, like on these streets, behave like that about Charlie Kirk? Is it like
I haven't talked to one person in my real life about Charlie Kirk. As far as like my dad, I talked to him about everything. So me and my dad had discussions about it. But anybody outside my dad, not one person. Have I had a
No, that's what I'm
conversation?
saying. Like, have you heard people like even bring it up to you? Because I don't know, there's nobody around me
Hell
even
no.
speaking on it. The way I see people online, I saw this one video on YouTube earlier when I got on YouTube this morning, right? Well, it's a whole nother day, so yesterday morning. And there was this group of people, it was on town hall, and I'm sitting here, I was like, why they blocking people, right? And I was like, it's crazy because I don't see nobody over here, but here on the news, according to the news, right, one of the buildings in town hall, they're not letting white people in. Right. But what's funny, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this video, right? At first it was this guy, right? This black guy with his whole African outfit on, right? Then a few other black guys came out and started a line. What's funny is y'all not letting white people in. I'm looking at this video, I'm like, I'm confused, right? Because y'all not letting white people in, but all them white people that came from the outside to help you create this chain and not let white people, I'm like, I'm confused, but y'all got white people making a line right now, a human chain, so that no white people can come in. But I see chocolate and vanilla in the fucking chain. It's not one
Okay.
color. I'm confused as shit. So
And
according to
see, that's
them, that was
yeah.
happening because of Charlie Kirk. That's
So
the only
9
thing
times
I
out
know
of
there.
10, but so like when you see stuff like that, it always context is needed because, like you said, it's white people keeping white people out too. So it
Yeah,
has
like
it's probably this group of white people ain't allowed, but this group is cool.
this shit
That's
is
what
crazy.
I mean. That's when you be gang banging with the politics, with the left and right. That was probably the left that wasn't allowed in. I don't know. Man.
It's just
All
weird
that
though. Like
shit,
it
bro.
don't make you like it gets me to think because I'm like out of everywhere, any like you know how like so many places in Philadelphia. Why only? And it's crazy because it's supposed to be. I don't know. I think it was a like a I don't know if it's a Christian or what is it type. It's like the church side. You know, town hall got a lot of places, right? But it's kind of like I forgot what I was. It's like a little church side right there at town hall. Y'all Christians, Pentecost, whatever y'all are, and y'all doing this. That's my whole point. I'm saying I looked at this. I'm like, it's too much contradiction, too much hypocrisy, and I'm confused as shit.
Yeah, man,
I'm like, so white people are being racist against white people. Black people don't want white people in there, but I think that's kind of racist too, the way they're doing it. I mean, I don't know. It's like people are being just racist against everybody, each other, whatever. But these are church people.
that's when they say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't agree with it, but I understand.
Oh, I ignored it, Commander. I'm just talking about it because we having this conversation. Well, other than that, I've been dropped that shit. Like I said, I went back to my current news. All right, I'm about to go down the history, down the rabbit hole again one of these days, and go back into history and learn some shit about our roots and shit. But this Charlie Kirk, listen, I did my
My
3 lines trying to do a deep dive on this shit, trying to understand the situation. And the more I did that, the more I got confused. So I said, nope, I'll see y'all later.
yeah, my white cousin asked me yesterday because she Middle Eastern and her kids are half white, and she wanted to talk to her kids about racism and help them understand what happened during slavery. And I'm like, I don't even know if this is a right time. But her daughter's older, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I start telling her stuff, man, and she started crying. And I'm like, you all right? She like, I didn't know all that happened. Because like
Mm-hmm.
even when you look up slavery, like people don't understand this was 400 years of social engineering. Like when I told her they had breeding farms, and I was showing her a book talking about the breeding farm, and like I got a whole bunch of books with it. So anyway, she's looking at it, and she was like, "Hold on, it was mating mother and child." I'm like, "Yeah, they were mating mother and child
Mm-hmm.
just to get a bigger Negro." and I start showing her how they used to take black babies and use them for alligator bait. She was like, "This really happened?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "That's not even
That's because they
the
don't
shit
teach
stuff."
this in school. They don't teach these things in school. Like a
Nah,
lot of
they
this
ain't gonna
stuff
teach
really
that
don't get
shit.
taught in school. This
They
stuff
ain't
gets
gonna get
sugar
taught in
coated.
school.
When a teacher tries to teach it, they'll get fired. I'm sorry. I'm saying it from experience because I did have a teacher try to teach us
That
this
should have
when I
traumatized
was
the
in
kid. If you teach a
mhm.
kid a lot, that should have traumatized the kid. Even the little bit that they teach you now, they saying it was people developing white guilt. Just a little bit they
What
teach you
I'm trying to
now.
say,
That's
I
why
had
they
a
want
teacher.
to. That's why they
Okay.
came up with the critical race theory, and this is why they trying to get all that. They trying to change the fact that the plantation was
They're
a
trying to change a lot.
garden. She was showing me some shit like what? Like her daughter came home with they was talking about slavery and it was like black people were contracted. This is how I'm saying. Black people were contracted to work in the gardens of the plantation. Like what the fuck is you talking about? Like, where did this happen at? Some alternate universe? Like black people were contracted. I mean, they was paid. Like y'all tripping, bro.
Yeah.
But this is what they telling the kids now. They was contracted. Like, hell no, bro. Come on, no. Shit, let me get my
That's,
bottle.
this shit was meant to distract us, and if people don't see it, this has been happening time after time. There's a repeated cycle, repeated history.
I thought we was about to get the Epstein file, so I was waiting to see what that shit got on. I ain't gonna
I
read
don't
it.
think we're gonna get them
Listen to
files.
somebody. I
It's
mean, eventually it's gonna come out. I mean, it's a
it
time period
will.
where they have to release information.
Somebody gonna leak their joint,
They-
but I don't know. I have a feeling it's gonna take a minute because if they do leak it right now, it's gonna expose too much.
Bro, they gonna wait till half the people on the list ain't here no more.
Yeah. Listen, guess who is mayor of Stockton? Stockton, I think it is. I forgot. But I
Stockton?
just learned, yeah, I just learned that not mayor, vice mayor. How the fuck? Like, I don't understand why people. How in the world did they get fucking Jason Lee from Wildin' Out to become vice mayor? I'm sitting here when I learned this shit. I'm like, this nigga is suing motherfuckers from the government. I'm like, I'm done. I can't. I'm sitting here like, oh shit. Damn,
I
y'all
don't even
keep
know what
putting
that
these
is.
they're making celebrities, influencers into goddamn politicians. And they wonder why the world is a circus.
Yeah, I don't even know. But yeah, man, I hate to end this, but I'm about to go smoke and take my ass to sleep and get up in the morning instead of client. But I appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with me, especially you just having
Pick
this
it up this show.
conversation. Because I had seen a conversation, a panel you was on, and I'm looking like, that went left real quick. Like, damn, you can't even ask a goddamn question no more. I think that's how people are, man. People get emotionally triggered and shit. And instead of, especially when they're not equipped to answer questions, right? Then
Mm.
they just attack you. Then you just get attacked. But I mean, it is what it is.
And some are just ignorant to the facts too, though. Like some people just really don't know their history. They don't know what's going around. I mean, what's happened. So we speaking some facts though, like man. And these are the conversations we need, not to have like I think there's a time to debate and a time to just have conversations. I don't know if I make any sense when I say
Oh,
that.
definitely. No, you
Because
definitely.
I
I
don't
don't
think
really
everything should be debated.
but see, you got people debating who don't even know how to debate. It's
Mm-hmm.
no debate. Debate is structured, man. It ain't just something you just do. That's like this. It's like telling uh, uh NBA player, hey, come hoop in my backyard. Like what? Like yeah, we can do that, but I'm gonna just have fun with you. Like I do this professionally. So like debating is like that. Like to me, it's like it should be structured. We should have a prompt. We should have adequate information to prove like sources.
Facts.
You know, it ain't off of just what I say. It should be off the facts of the whatever the prompt is. So
But it
that's
ain't
why I say
like that.
everything shouldn't. Everything ain't debatable.
That's a
Mm.
fact. But let me get off this, John, because I know you gotta do things with your shit on your kids, and you gotta get up early. Shit, there's no
I
school
appreciate
tomorrow
you,
for
sis.
my child.
I appreciate you
Shit.
coming through and rocking out with me. I appreciate that.
Appreciate y'all, man. I've been watching from the bushes the times you do pop up, because I'm like, damn, where's Stop coming live? I'm like,
Man,
he's got me
I've been,
everywhere else.
yeah, man, I've been living life. I've been in your lives. I just don't be chatting. It's like the kids, man. I be listening. I can listen, but like my daughter getting older, bro. She just be running me, bro. She be into everything. But I love the process, though. I'm enjoying it. You know, that process of the kids growing. Like I can nurture them and teach them things. And they like little sponges, man. And I'm
Mine's
just
only
so
8,
amazed
so I
about how
understand.
my kids are, you know, how they picking
Yeah.
up on things. And I'm like, oh shit, let me see if they can pick up on this. I mean, my wife be like, you know, they ain't old enough to comprehend yet. I'd be like, shit, at least they know it when they are ready. They
I'm
have it,
chilling.
you know.
I've been spending a little extra time with my shorty. Like she wants to be dancing and stuff like that. So I was like, look, I'll do videos with you, right? But I'll let you do the videos, but as long as I do the videos with you. And I have to, choose what videos get uploaded because not every dance is gonna be allowed to be uploaded. And she agreed with it. I was like, let's do it then. Like you gotta be strict, like, because I don't want to kill her dreams. You see where I'm coming from? But
Hmm.
I don't want to expose her too much either. So, like I said, we're gonna do this together. Screw it.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like I get what you're saying because it's gonna come to that point in time where your kids wants to do certain things, but as a parent, it's like I don't want you on the social media, but if you want to show off your talent, I'm gonna be with you. I gotta be with her because my daughter, our kids, they grow up fast. They don't look like little kids no more. You know
Oh
what I
damn,
mean
I'm
by
a
that?
little
Like
bit.
shit.
Yeah.
My my shorty only 8 years old and she's already 5 feet. What 4 feet 11, 4 feet 10, almost 4 feet 11, and I'm 4'11". So imagine that.
Hmm. Hmm. Bro, they supposed
So
to be
yeah,
a better version of us. That's the goal. Is to make the
yeah.
kids a better version of us, man. So that's what I say. You got to be the example. But yeah, man. I appreciate everybody coming out, rocking out.
See y'all guys.
Hmm. But y'all know
Chat
what I
what we
say,
want.
man. Care about how y'all feel. These conversations to build nation. And if we say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out. That's all I got, peeps.